My name is Chris Bailey. I'm head of UK and EU enforcement for Rouse. Rouse is a global IP services business, and we're headquartered here in London. And we're honoured and delighted to be partnering with INTA as an ambassador for the 2026 annual meeting. Well, I think firstly we have a concentration of global brands headquartered here, or at least a lot of global IP council, trademark council who are based here. I think in education terms, we have some leading institutions, Queen Mary, UCL, King's College, which are all involved in education and research around IP. Obviously, my interest is in enforcement, and we have, I think, two assets. One here in the City of London is the Police Intellectual Property Crime Unit, and they're very well respected for being innovative, collaborative with the private sector, and also reaching out to law enforcement elsewhere. And I think the final thing would be probably the IPEC, the Intellectual Property Enterprise Court, which has provided a simplified, cheaper dispute, litigation process for creators and designers and smaller companies, which I think is quite innovative. I suppose two things that you could do even if you don't have much time. One is definitely at least once take a black cab. Not an Uber, but the traditional taxis. I do think our taxi drivers are amongst the best in the world. They have to take a rigorous exam called the Knowledge, which takes years to pass. And so they're definitely going to be local, and they are full of information. Plus, you can fit 5 people in a cab, and in a circle, you could actually have a little meeting while you're going somewhere else. You do need to give them a tip, sort of 5 or 10%, and I wouldn't do that every day because you might blow your budget. But that's a very typically London thing to do. And then the other, I think, would be, even if you don't drink, go to a traditional pub. In May, they'll have the flowers outside, and they're very atmospheric. And obviously, if you can't find a seat, you can just sort of stand out in the street. And those are very, I think, authentic things to do when you're here. If you're a first-time attendee in general, obviously you're going to be planning your meetings in advance, but also plan how you're going to get there and how long you need. It's a rookie mistake to be late for a meeting because you didn't plan the journey there. I think that's true anywhere. And also true of all the meetings is, you're there to meet, to socialize. So try to put your emails aside and your calls aside. Don't be sitting in your hotel room behind a screen. Find a buddy who's been before, who's going to take you to some social events. I mean, there's so many networking opportunities, as well as parties, legendary parties. I won't mention names, but you've got no excuse, and so also allow your schedule. Also allow for some socializing, sort of accidental socializing. And then I think in terms of London specifically, certainly you need to get yourself a transit card, an Oyster card. Download the Transport for London app. It's free and there's no ads, so you'll be able to navigate yourself around. The convention centre is served by the Elizabeth line, which is a nice new fast underground line. And I would say the other thing, so get used to public transport, and try to get yourself on the river as well, because the river is the story of London and you can see a lot from the river. You don't have to do a tour. You can just use the transit card, the Oyster card, and get on a river bus. Again, you could even have a meeting because it's quite spacious and not too noisy, and you can chat with friends and clients and associates while you're going somewhere else. So I think sort of build the whole fabric of the city into your meeting, and make sure you're making the most of your visit. I think I would just say something that hopefully everyone can relate to, which is, if you have associates, firms, clients on the other side of the world, nothing beats the face-to-face experience. So, you need to come and meet, and then you've got the added sort of excitement of being in a new city, and having the opportunity to meet people with the buzz of maybe an interesting venue. And obviously London has a bit of a wow factor for that too.